Hi everyone, welcome to my channel again. This is a continuation of the soul time statements that I've been doing. Now, I am going to say that, like I have been talking about the Christ consciousness energy that I've been really tapping into in the last little while. There is a part of me though that I've become more and more aware of as time has gone on, and that part of me, which for some of you may not align with Christ consciousness energy, I would call it a very witchy part of myself, very pagan perhaps. My ancestry, my roots do tend to go in that direction. So there's probably some history there in my ancestral line. And I did find the first thing that kind of woke up in me was the ability to create really powerful incantations, just like the drop of a hat. And often using verbiage and words that I myself would not use day to day. And even just kind of like they would come to me and I would look them up just to make sure, because it is important, particularly in something that might be considered an incantation, to make sure that the wording is pretty specific, because you are putting a statement out there. Some might call it sort of like spell casting in a way. I kind of believe that all day when we're talking, we're kind of spell casting. We're turning ideas into reality because we're making it physical, vibrational frequency in the 3D. So I am just going to say that this is probably the more witchy part of me that you're going to experience in these today, and these have an awful lot to do. This continues to be on protecting your energy, preparing to protect your energy, and I'll give certain circumstances and situations that I think that some of these might be useful in. I know not yesterday, the last time I did this, I only put 2 in the video. I was just concerned. I didn't want it to get too confusing. There might be more than 2 in this one. And again, I will write these out. What I'm saying in these, in the description, so you have it in writing for yourself. Okay, so as I say that, just to keep that in mind, you can use these as a prayer for yourself. You can use these as a mantra, an incantation, an affirmation. These are very... It's almost like your energy specifically talking to who's crossed your line here, okay? So I want to say that it does lean a little bit more maybe towards, I'm going to just go with it. I feel like it leans a little more towards incantation energy and even master spell casting. So because I think a prayer, well, there is, okay, let's just get into it, okay? Just get into it. Okay, for this one that I'm going to give you this is when somebody has crossed your boundaries and you have made it known that they are not to cross your boundary again. You could just walk up to someone and say, hey, listen, you've crossed my boundaries. You could do that. You could do that in the physical. You could say this right up to someone and see how they, respond to that. But again, most of this goes on like sort of energetic and spiritual attack. And I want to also kind of expand on that, because people who are empathic can also be very open to energetic attack. Even if somebody is not intending to attack you, you could be spending some time or go somewhere and there's some people there or a person who has really negative energy. That person may not be directing it to you at all. It could even be something kind of happening on a subconscious level for that person. But as an empath, you could take it on. You could absorb it if you're not particularly good, or I don't even say it. Sometimes you may just not be prepared to need to protect yourself in that instance. It could be a situation that you didn't even realize was about to happen. So this is about protecting your energy and making it known that you are not having any of this, friend. So, okay. This is the boundary crossed. You've crossed my boundary, and that is an attack. The plans you make against me will all fall out of whack. You've been told to leave me alone. If you fail at this, your soul will atone. Oh, it's very dramatic, isn't it? Yeah, so that just came out of my head. Like, I'm not kidding, it just came out of nowhere. That one, for me, right? And for someone's soul to atone, I want to say that there is a part there where that energy is like it's up to God and the universe for how you will amend this, what sort of reparations will occur. So even if somebody has done something bad to you and you are making it known, because this also goes against, through this statement, what is really important about this is that our free will is a part of the laws of the universe that we exist in. You know, there might be other universes where free will isn't, like one of the very tried and tested rules that exist, but it is. So part of why there's another one that we're going to get into as well, I want to say it does hint on the importance of free will, because when you make this statement, this goes beyond just, I want to block this. No, you are making it known that this energy has crossed your goddamn boundaries. And that's enough. That's enough of that. And it will. It's almost stating what to me is a universal fact. Because if you are telling an energy that it is not to mess with you in this way anymore, and it continues to do that, it is broken universal law. So the plans will go out of whack. Like, that's just naturally going to happen. And there does need to be some type of atonement if this energy refuses to leave you alone, because you have stated that. So whether that energy may not need to provide reparations towards you or amend anything with you, that's kind of up to God and the universe again, how that is going to happen. So that's that one. That is a very powerful one when you need to make it known. And I feel like we often do need to make it known because, just thinking about life itself, there could be somebody that you're dealing with sometimes and they have a certain approach or they have a certain demeanor, or, they just expect you to, they leave their file of extra work on your desk and they, because you just want the stuff to get done. If you take that, you're allowing this person to cross your boundary, right? But then when you say to that person, you know what, I do not appreciate you passing on that work to me. It's not my job. I'm not going to do it anymore, right? Like, sometimes you just need to say that. So that's what that one is all about. I kind of would recommend it as an incantation. I would say it 3 times. I would say as it is. So say it 3 times. So it is spoken, so it shall be. Blessed be, amen. Whatever you want to put out there. Okay, so there's that one. Did I give you this one? Remember, I should make notes on. Did I do? Okay, wait a second. Sorry, I have these on my phone here. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. Okay. There's a couple of ways that this can be used. Now, this one does kind of come off to me like, it definitely does, like soul statement here, soul time statement. You are making a statement with this one. This is guarding and protecting your energy, particularly from it being taken from you in any form here. Now you can use this for many things. You could use this in a situation like let's say you have to go into a meeting or something like that. Before you go to the meeting, you could sit and you could state this. Before you go into the meeting, if there is some concern about, people that you could be dealing with in that meeting who may be trying to take advantage of you in some way or take your energy from you, you could, this is a great one for anyone else who is out there in social media too, or your image is out there in some way. So it could be like that, okay. Utilize like that, and I'm gonna state it for you here. This is the guarding and protecting energy from being stolen. My energy is sovereign and belongs only to me. You can look and you can listen, but you can't touch me because it is forbidden. And right, so that is, I've drawn a line here. I've drawn a fucking line, and you're not crossing it. That's what that is. And, there's a lot of people in the spiritual world, in the spiritual realms, that, everything has to be nice and fluffy and kind. Fuck no. I've dealt with enough fucking assholes and narcissists and psychopaths or whatever's out there to tell you, no, you need to draw the line. And when we're talking spiritually here, and we're talking a statement that you are making out to the universe to truly protect yourself, you stand up. You stand up for you. And it is forbidden. Don't do it. Don't use me in any way that you think you can. And because, again, this falls under, I hope all the universes have this rule of free will. Free will, if you say no to something energetically, that energy has to obey it. If it doesn't, the karmic ramifications can be huge. And that applies to us as well. If somebody says to you, you know what, I don't want to talk to you anymore, I don't want to connect with you, the karmic ramifications, if you persist and keep trying to push that person to have a relationship with you or to build something with you, aren't good. They're not good, right? But we have to come out and say it. We really do often, because otherwise it's like, well, you haven't really stated it. Where do you sit in this situation? It seems to be okay for you to, when there's a leech on my arm and it's sucking the life and the blood out of me. I'm like, well, I don't really like that. You should stop doing that. Why is doing that? It's like, you need to take that thing and you need to throw it away and you need to tell it. No. So, I'm going to say it again. My energy is sovereign and belongs only to me. You can look and you can listen, but you can't touch me because it is forbidden. Now, that could also be good. Like, let's say you have to do some type of public speaking or something like that. And maybe you have to, even if you have to speak publicly, or maybe you want to stand up in front of, I don't know, I'm seeing like something to do with, like even, I don't know, politics or, like maybe you need to stand up and you need to say something to a group of people that won't appreciate what you have to say. So that can help to protect you. Now, okay, here's something else, another way that this can be used. And this can also be, if you are concerned that maybe you're going somewhere or you're going to communicate to someone and that person is going to be giving you information and you want to make sure that they are not sort of in a subliminal way or a subconscious way trying to send you anything negative. So this is how you can change the wording in this. My energy is sovereign and belongs only to me. I can look and I can listen, but it can't touch me because it is forbidden. So that, it's just a slight sort of switch on that, how you could use that. Yeah, like maybe you're going to go to a family function. You're like, oh boy, are they going to talk shit in my ear? So you can kind of do that to help to protect yourself. Okay? So there's that one. Now, I can't remember if I gave you this one. No. Oh, no. Okay, wait. Okay. No, first I want to jump into the, okay, so I did touch on empath energy. So while we're kind of slightly on that topic, I have two cleanses here, two cleansing soul time statements for, empath cleansing, particularly emotional cleansing. If you're an empath like myself, you will take on other people's feelings. It can take a while. I didn't even realize I was doing that until I was in my 30s. And it really is a thing. God bless Deanna Troi on Star Trek, because I swear, it was it's a real thing. I mean, it's kind of, you can see yourself in that. So, okay. The first one is if you know that you have taken on somebody else's emotional energy here. Okay. Now, this one in particular isn't as, it's not nearly as fierce. And it honestly is one of those instances where I say, put this to the curb, let it alchemize. Okay. It's not one of those things to send it, because as an empath, you may take things on that is just part of somebody's aura. They're not necessarily directing it to you. Or it could be a friend. Like it could be a friend who's going through a really difficult time and you've been there for them and you know you've absorbed this energy. Well, my God, the person wasn't trying to hurt you. They just had a lot going on and you took it on as a sponge. So it's not something to say, you need to send this back, God. This one is not like that. Okay. Wipe away the pain, confusion, and foreign energies that do not belong to me. Put them to the curb to alchemize and be. Right? It's just going to put it to the curb there. It's just going to alchemize and it's just going to, yeah, that's it. So it's kind of a simple one. I don't know. I feel like this one could be really good too. Like it's kind of the witchy part of me is as an incantation. Wipe away the pain, confusion, and foreign energies that do not belong to me. Put them to the curb to alchemize and be. Right? So that's a nice one to kind of clear your energy. Now, okay, sometimes we have our own emotions. We know, I really need to let this go. I really need to let this feeling and emotion go. If it's something that you've been dealing with, obviously, like we have to do work. It's not like you can't just take this energy and say, okay, I'm just going to feel better. We have to like work through why we feel certain ways. And if we've done that and we can feel like maybe this feeling at this point has just become a bit of a habit. Or is it become a habit to feel this way? Or, you know, okay. So it's just a slight twist on, and actually it shortens it. It's just a slight twist on this one. So if this is emotions and energies that you know are yours, and it's just time to really let's go. Wipe away the pain and confusion deep inside of me. Put it to the curb to alchemize and be. So it is. I mean, it's just, right? It has nothing to do with other ones. Because there's no foreign energies and all that. It's your own pain and confusion. Put that to the curb. Freaking curb. Put it out with the recycling. Okay. I think that's all I'm going to do today. Oh, yeah, there's that one too. Yeah, because that's getting a lot. Now I'm going to have to go back and watch this. Remember all the ones that I did. Okay, yeah, maybe I'll do this one too. Because this one is a little bit like witchy too. This is freeing your potential to self-actualize. Now, I think though too, like in the context that I've kind of created this, it's like if you have kind of removed energies for yourself or you've worked on that and you've set the boundaries in place, kind of like set the boundaries and remove this stuff, set the boundaries and remove this stuff. And then this is, I don't know how, I'm just going to tell it to you, and I guess you could think about different ways that you could use it. Okay, this is like freeing your potential and yourself to self-actualize. Unwind and untangle me from this horrible mess and stress. Free me and allow me my ultimate peace and success. So there's that one. And I have in brackets this horrible, because I think there's like many different ways that I've used this and that this can be used. So unwind and untangle you from, and you can just say from this mess and stress. You could say that, like you don't even have to like clarify it as something, right? It's just a mess and stress. Or you could be more specific, like you could say unwind and untangle me from this work mess and stress. Free me, or for this family mess and stress. Yeah. And allow me my ultimate peace and success. So there you go. Yeah, so now I have to figure out which ones, because I have so many in here. I really do. Probably could have wrote a book. I don't know. My past witch life. Tapping into Christ consciousness. Opening myself up. So that's what I have for that one. And, I just want to, I know this, well, anyways, you know what? I'm really tired. I'm really tired of this really poor habit of victim blaming and shaming that seems to go on in our planet. So I found it interesting, some of the comments from people that, you know, bad things only happen to bad people. Bad things only happen to people that do bad things. If you don't do anything bad, you're not going to have any enemies. I tell you right now, I don't know what kind of life people have been living, but there are people out there that want to take resources. They don't have any ability on their own, well, for whatever reason, or they just refuse to make any effort. I don't know. But there are people out there. There absolutely are 100% who are also very weak-minded. People who are very weak-minded are easily, it's kind of like that Jedi shit, my friend. You know, it's totally like that. People who are weak-minded are very susceptible to negative forces and energies kind of taking over their thoughts and their actions, and the negative energies working through them. I just do not know. Not know who is out there living a life that they really honestly believe that only bad things happen to people. You are making enemies. You must be. You might just actually be standing up for yourself in a situation where somebody's been taking advantage of you, and then they don't like the fact that you're doing that anymore. And then that person might try to come, like, I don't know. That is a very realistic scenario. So, and it's right? Like the Jedi could, or Obi-Wan Kenobi, he could easily convince a stormtrooper or anyone to, yeah, no, you're going to let us go. Everything is okay here. Yeah, you guys go ahead. Everything's right. Because it's like, and I think they even described that in Star Wars. Maybe Obi-Wan said that. It was the weak-minded. But someone who is not weak-minded, he can't do that to them, right? But there are so many weak-minded people out there that are easily taken over by darker energies, negativity, and those forces work through them. And then there are so many different types of very unhealthy antisocial personalities out there, narcissism, sociopaths, psychopaths, all sorts of paths. And I think I had watched a very interesting video, and she was interviewing someone who worked for the, I think it was the CIA. And he was actually, the video was designed to help women identify personality traits that you want to walk away from real quick before they get to know you personally and they want to connect to you, and that becomes a problem. And I think it was like when you put together all of those like really negative antisocial personality traits, that makes up 10% of the human population. So what is 10% of 8 billion people? Is that 800 million? No. I don't know. We go to the billions. I'm not sure how that works. What? That's a lot. Like, that's a lot of people out there. And these energies will also work in dark forces. Yeah. So anyways, I just wanted to put that out there. Like, yeah. So I don't know if you come into these videos and you're thinking, wow, there must be something wrong with you. I don't know. I got a lot of things wrong with me. You know, I'm following that card's advice from the Divine Animal Oracle. I'm either accepting it or I'm doing something about it. But, you know, at least I'm doing something about it, and I'm being honest and open with you guys here and sharing this information with you. Thank you so much, everybody. And I share this with, use it in good intent. Recognize your power to protect and defend yourself, not to take energy from other people in any way, right? So there we go. Thank you, everybody. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.